Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Greg. This is Greg's Mowers and More, and today we're going to talk about chickens. Just wanted to walk around today and show you guys my chicken setup. I live on about a half acre in Illinois, and we have 16 chickens on this little half acre in 2 different coop setups. We do have some breeders in the basement. I'm not going to get into that today. I just wanted to show you guys my 2 coop setups and give you a little information. Alright, so this here is my mobile coop, or a chicken tractor, if you will. And we have 8 little birds in here. This is where we keep our smaller chickens until they get grown out. So anyway, you can see it's got wheels back there and an axle, so I can pick it up and move it. Now, a word of advice, this thing is a lot heavier than I would recommend for somebody building a mobile coop. It's a lot to tug around. I've actually thought about making a hitch for it and hooking it to the garden tractor. So anyway, it has, just reach in here and lift this up, and you have your nesting boxes in there. So when they get old enough, they're ready. Hi, little peepers. Polish chicks are coming to say hi. What are you doing? Huh? Check you out. Hi, guys. All right. So I built this by myself. I know it looks like it, but I started out with a big wooden crate and some plywood and some 2x4s, and this little ramp here was actually the top to another shipping crate. And I just got myself some screws and a saw, and I went after it. The axle is 2 tires from Harbor Freight and some fender washers that I booger welded on a piece of steel, and then the front lift handle here is also booger welded round rod with washers on it. I mean, if it works, it works, you know. If it fits, it ships. That's what I always say. So let's go ahead and take a walk over, and we'll look at the bigger chickens. Oh, before I go over there, I want to show you. This is the spot that this coop was for the last 2 days. And as you can see, they've kind of made a mess of things, and they like to try to bathe in the dirt, and they leave their shavings everywhere and little feathers, and that'll be okay. In a couple of days, it'll look like this over here, because I just finished moving them to where that spot was. Now I'm moving them backwards. And as you can see, the grass is doing pretty good. So now we'll walk over here and take a look at the big chickens, because I have them an outside run that I've made out of snow fence so that they can free range without upsetting my neighbors, because we do live in town. So here are our big flock of laying chickens, and that is our rooster Big Boy. And then we have 3 golden comets. We have a black and gold Easter egger. I'm not sure what the other gold chicken is over there, but she kind of looks like a golden comet, but she's got some black markings on her tail feather. And then we have this gray chicken here, and she's really a pretty chicken as well. So anyway, you can see they got some space out here where they can get some grass. We feed them watermelon, any kind of table scraps we have, we give to them. And then it's just a gate to get in there that I've made out of some cord lash and 2x4s and fencing. Here's our run. So anyway, this run, when I built this, and this original coop here, started out as just 2x4s, plywood, and a bunch of screws. And I built a 4-foot by 4-foot box that you can see down there, and cut a door in it. And I have modified this many times over the last 2 years. Originally, where you see those fence posts right there, that was the end of the run. I just built a small run. I started out with 4 chickens. You saying hi? And then eventually I built on this. As you can see, I've got it covered, and when the bird flu was super prevalent in our area, we kept them in there all the time, didn't let them out, and they weren't very happy. So if you have chickens and you have them in an enclosed run, you know what they do to the ground. There's just nothing living in there at all. There's no fresh grass, there's nothing, and they go through more feed. So that brings me to our feed. Now I run layer feed, but I also put in some scratch grains, some red pepper flakes to help them lay. They get chicken treats. I'll give them some of that right now. You guys want some treats? Huh? You can see they're all over that like a cheap suit. They're all about the treats. It's the sound of happy chickens. So anyway, so they get locked in the run before I go to work or before I leave or whatever. And then in the morning I open up this crude little hatch here and hold it up with a strap, and I put that log in front of it to try to deter predators or anything from getting in there, but we haven't had much trouble with predators. So let's go take a closer look back there, that coop. You can see we have a teeter-totter for them, and they really seem to like that. They also have a picnic table and a xylophone. They have a heated bowl for wintertime. I need to change their water though. It's getting pretty dirty. And then we come back here. There is I don't know if you guys can see that or not, we do have an automatic chicken coop door. It was the cheap one. It was like 30 bucks off of eBay. And I do have power run inside the coop. I do not run heat in any of my coops in the winter. We haven't needed it and they've been fine. But we do run a light in there to encourage them to lay more in the wintertime. And then I have it padlocked back here with a shim to pull the door in tight. And then the whole back of this opens up. Our nesting boxes are nothing but old kitty litter containers. Are you coming in to say hi? And then you can see I just have a LED treble light up top there. And one metal bar roosting perch and one 2x4. We use pine bed shavings. They work really well. They withhold the fun stuff very well, I find out. So yeah, I mean, that's our chicken setup. We seem to have very, very happy chickens, and they lay very good eggs, and everybody that we give eggs to just rants and raves about them. Oh. All right, say goodbye, guys. Say goodbye. Figured while I'm out here, I might as well give you guys a little tour around my garden setup and explain some things that I've done there as well. So let's take a peek. All right, so first we have the potatoes and the green bean plants. Our green beans are not faring too well. I don't know if it's too much sun or what, but they're getting kind of burnt and crispy there. They are producing though already. So hopefully they'll do okay. But then our potatoes are just doing excellent. You can see they're flowering out. So these are protein tubs for cattle. I got these for free off Facebook Marketplace. I got about 10 of them. And I just drilled some holes in the bottom. And then you put your seed potatoes in there and cover them up with dirt. And as soon as the plant gets about 4 inches tall, you keep covering it with dirt and just leave the top of the plant exposed until they grow out the top like you see here. When these finally die back and I get ready to harvest these potatoes, I'm hoping to get maybe 50 or 60 pounds out of this. I don't know how accurate that's going to be, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Then we have this thing here that I built. I built this in the middle of winter. It's just a mobile greenhouse. The door didn't work out well. It kind of fell off. So I still have some little starters in there that I haven't gotten in the ground yet. So anyway, I'll let you guys see in here. It's a little heater in there. I have a grow lamp. We still got some peppers in here that I need to plant and take care of. But you can see it's got plenty of space to start all my little seedlings in the spring. And it's pretty handy. You know, I got some old wood. And I got it for free. I just put it together with some 2 mil plastic. Pick it up at any hardware store. Hinges and hardware. That's all it is, guys. You know, just get out there and get it done. These beds do really well. These are our jalapeno plants. As you can see, they're pretty loaded already. They got flowers and little jalapenos starting everywhere. I haven't had much time to get out here and weed these things. I'm trying to keep up on it, but it's just a never-ending battle. We got a tomato plant in there. Some little carrots growing in that one. And then I'll walk you over here and show you my little peas that I got growing. So I have some peas growing in this pot right here. with a tripod on it, and they're going to grow up that and hopefully produce. We'll see. I like to do a lot of experimenting with my gardening. I'm still trying to find my notch, and I don't know, I've had a lot of failures, but I have had some success in minor things. We got a cucumber growing in this thing. It's doing pretty good. Now I'll take you out to the main garden. All right, so this is our main garden plot. These are all sunflowers. I'm growing all these mammoth sunflowers to try to get some seed to help to offset our chicken feed bill. And as you can see, they're doing very well. I do have right there this guy. He is actually yellow watermelon. I have never had success growing watermelon here because of the soil, but he seems to be doing okay so far. So like I said, I like to experiment. As you can see, this is going to be a lot of sunflowers. I'm kind of wondering if I don't have them planted a little bit too close, but time will tell. At least I'll get some out of it. And then I have, this is my newest planting of sweet corn starting to come up. And then these are 2 different plantings. Also, I staggered them 2 weeks apart, so that way we'll have sweet corn for probably 6 weeks when it's ready. Come over here, and I have cantaloupe plants growing right here. This guy here is just starting to take off like wildfire. He's doing real good. I have 2 bell pepper plants. I need to go over and get the rest of those out of the greenhouse and put them out here. So anyway, that's all the gardening I have for this year. I just did a small little plot and doing some experimenting. I've been reading a lot of books about self-sufficiency and, you know, getting back to nature and things like that. Trying to do the best I can here on our little half acre. I hope you guys will follow along. Thank you for watching. God bless. I almost forgot to show you guys my peach trees. These 2 trees, I picked them up at Walmart on clearance. This guy that you're seeing right here in front of us, I got him for $1.25. And anyway, I come out here and I prune them. And this year, I don't know if you guys can tell, but they're just absolutely loaded with peaches. It's going to be a good year. As long as we don't get Japanese beetles or something else. We do always take a hit from the birds. But anyway, yeah, $1.25 and a little bit of fertilizer and some pruning. And I mean, it's just loaded and it's a beautiful tree. This is a yellow dwarf peach tree. It's supposed to stay kind of small, but it does produce the best peaches. Then this guy back here is actually a white peach tree, which I had never heard of, and I didn't even know it was a white peach when I bought it. The tag was missing. It just had duct tape on it and said peach tree. It is not a dwarf. It is shooting for the sky, but it does produce really well as well. As you can see, they're growing like mad. So, and I have a bird's nest. That's wonderful. That means they're going to hit this one pretty hard this year. But yeah, I think, I don't remember what I got in this guy, but he was cheap too. So just remember, guys, if you look out for your clearance stuff in the fall and you're patient and you wait a few years, you can have some beautiful things on your land and grow some excellent things. Thank you.